All right, here we go. All
Hey,
right.
it's Sherry.
Oh, good, it is. Yay. So here we are, our first Team FitFluence social media team call of May, right? Oh my gosh, sorry. Phone calls, kids. I'm sorry, this is like super distracting for me. I apologize, you guys. But I got some nuggets for you, and I want to just dive right into them because, hi, Julie. Because I want to make sure that this can be a call that is about what your needs are and not me just kind of verbal diarrheaing about social media, because I feel like I could do that all day long. Most of you guys know I love social media. I've built 90% of my business on social media. Okay, so there's a great way to do it and there's a not so great way to do it. So let's just kind of get the little, just the little reminders maybe out of the way. Social media is a great opportunity to be very storytelling. Share your story, share your life. I mean, that's kind of how you want to think about how you share your Beachbody life. It's all story-based, right? So we're not going on social media on Facebook or Instagram and saying, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach. I do 21-day fix. I drink Shakeology. Hashtag Beachbody, at Beachbody, hashtag 21-day fix. You kind of get the idea. So the goal is to keep away from more of the corporate type hashtags and tagging, because you're just going to be drawing other people that are coaches as well, right? So you want to get really nichey. You want to think about who your audience is. What are they searching on Instagram? What are they looking to read on Facebook? What's going to be interesting to them? They're not going to be interested to know that you just became a Beachbody coach and now get 25% off on programs, and they can too if they think about it, right? You want to get out what you're sharing and doing and talk about the journey, the life, and how it works for you, because they see themselves in what you write. So I wanted to kind of first address your first social media share, which Shelly had brought up, saying, how do you get out there without feeling embarrassed or self-conscious about your first post, which I think is a really, really great and very important topic, because I think 9 times out of 10, we overthink it, right? We overthink what we put out on social media, and you don't need to, right? Think about, I want you guys to think about it this way. Whoever enrolls you in the business, whoever talked to you about coaching, what is it that they said that got you interested in it? Did they sell you on it? Did they convince you? Were they super salesy on their Facebook or Instagram post? Probably not, right? Or else you wouldn't be here. So you just have to think about who you are. Like, who were you before you became a Beachbody coach? Because we were all somebody, right? You owned your own business, you are military, you're a military spouse, you were a fitness instructor, or you worked for the city, you're a school teacher, whatever it might be. That's who you are, right? You've got those 5 things that I talked about in the social media bootcamp that define you, right? And that's what you've got to think about, because that's what your posts are going to be. You're still you. You've got to continue to be you. So I want you to ask yourself a couple questions. What drew you to the person, unless you were assigned to them as your coach, if you order Beachbody programs. But you still had a greater relationship with them, right? What did they say to you? What did you get out of their social media accounts that got you intrigued to what they share and what they post? Because that's what you ultimately are going to do and say, right? What do they say about the business? You guys obviously all see what I post, or if you don't, maybe go back and revisit. But what do I say on my posts that are intriguing, or that gets you thinking, gets those wheels turning and saying, oh my God, I totally can do that. What got you to reach out to me and say, you know what, Taryn, maybe I'll consider this business now, right? So those are the things I want you to think about. And I have said this to any coach that's in our organization. If you need help on a launch post, please let me know. Shari and I just went through this yesterday, as a matter of fact, and she did a great job with hers. And I know she uploaded it and shared it with you guys in the group. So go back and take a look. Also in our file section, there's a ton of scripts and information that you guys can use to kind of pull and make your own for invitations. How to spread the word that you're starting your first challenge group, or that you became a coach. But kind of keep those things in mind. Think about it as storytelling. right? And I think Shari hit the nail on the head because she talked about how Insanity really transformed herself. She lost 2 inches off her waist. She's rocking her new Earned It shirt and she's owning it, right? And I think that was just a natural story into, hey guys, you know, I think after Memorial Weekend, I'm going to need a little bit of, you know, a kick in the pants, and I'm going to give you more details about my 3-day group, anyone in, right? And I don't know if the response rate was that, but I thought it was really good. And I would have been like, yeah, Memorial Weekend, totally. So, you know, here's a great way to talk about the weekend coming up and people getting concerned about, I'm going to overdo it on the weekend. You know, how am I going to bounce back? So, anyways, so I know that wasn't specific. Hopefully that kind of gave some sort of frame around how you can just get out there. So, Shelly, if you want me to elaborate on something specific, let me know. Just pop into the chat box and type away because I have everybody maybe muted right now. I'm going to mute everybody. I should mute myself because I don't know if you guys can hear this crying 2-year-old in the background, but oh my God. So you guys, if you have some really great posts that you've known that's had really great conversions, I'd love it if you guys can share it in the file section. If you guys could do that for me, that would be awesome. You know, we all have different personalities. We all have different networks and markets and way we say things. And, you know, just to help our new coaches feel like they can have success with a post that's not going to come across as, you know, I think everybody's concern is, oh my gosh, all of a sudden everyone's going to think I want to sell them something. But if you have that reason, if you have that thought process, it's because probably what you're putting in your post is something that's going to seem really salesy. So before you post anything, read it, you know, digest it for a minute. And super important point is make sure you post it at a critical time when your viewership is up. Most people, that's right before bed. They're scrolling, you know, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, between 8 and 10 is really kind of peak hours for people to be on social media in your specific time zone. Or first thing in the morning, they're maybe not quite ready to get out of bed, so they're just flipping through their phone. That's a great time to get a call to action post out. And a call to action post would be inviting somebody to check out what you're up to. You know, hey, you know, I decided I'm going to take my first group, kind of my test group. I'm a little scared, but you know what? I know that you guys, you know, we're all going to do this together. So I feel really excited about this. And, you know, anybody that wants to do this with me, I'd love to have some more friends, right? So, you know, that kind of stuff. But I'd say evening is usually the best time to get people to start reaching out because they've been able to put the kids to bed or just kind of release the day. And they're like, all right, you know what? I think I'm going to reach out to her. I think I'm ready for this. Okay. There's also times, and there's a lot of articles about, you know, Sunday through Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday are probably the best days to get call to action sales posts out there. And when I say sales, I kind of mean sales posts. So Sunday through Tuesday. Friday, Saturday, people are kind of checked out. So kind of think about the timing. All right. Lastly, I wanted to just quickly talk about my favorite apps because Julie asked what I use on my videos. And I'm going to tell you guys, I went through Chalene Johnson's Instagram Impact Academy. It was $99. And I learned a ton. She puts so much content in her stuff, you guys. And I know people that are doing her Marketing Impact Academy are seeing amazing, amazing stuff, but it's a little bit of a pricey thing. But for $99, for me, it was worth it because I wanted to really learn how to use Instagram appropriately. So my favorite apps, I'm just going to show you. So I have an iPhone. So I just have a little section. I've created a kind of little sub thing. You know, you go back to your main page and you have the chance to have those little folder things. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I have one that's all social media. All right. And I got a couple different, you know, apps that you can post pictures and create before and after, you know, side-by-side type stuff. I don't do a lot of those side-by-side ones unless it's like 1 and 2. I feel like when I'm interested in somebody's picture, I'm interested when it's really just simple, right? It's got to draw my eye. And when there's a lot of boxes and a lot of different things going on, I'm kind of just like, you know, you just kind of glaze over it. So personally, I enjoy a quick glimpse at what it is that's going to captivate my attention. And that's literally what we have for people. We have literally like 1 or 2 seconds to grab their attention on Instagram mostly. And obviously people are going to be drawn to pictures on Facebook. So having something that's just simple and shows, kind of basically paints a picture right out of the gates before they even go to the comments, is really going to fare well. Okay. So I love Word Swag. Word Swag is so fun. It's so easy to use. That's what I do my quotes on. So I just have a simple white background. And I just, oops, it kind of gave me something kind of fun. Just a simple white background, and then you can double tap to change the text. Of course, it's not performing. But you go and double tap, and you can get all these little quotes on the side that can populate for you, or you could put your own. You could change the font, change the color. It's so easy to use, you guys. And so this is what I kind of started to theme my Instagram with, having quotes that roll out. I'm not as, super diligent about doing them, every third picture like some are. That makes it really pretty, but that's just not my lifestyle either. I'm not super organized like that. So I can't pretend that I can have, every third picture is going to be, themed and run down the left side of the page. It's just not how I roll. Anyway, so Word Swag, check that out. My next one that I love is just iMovie. That's where I do my videos. So I told Julie that this morning. And a little tip. So if you guys are going to get into filming your videos or your workouts, then obviously you don't have to be successful. But I just literally, have a tripod. I sit it up on something in our workout room. It's on the workout bench that I had for hammer and chisel. I film one move. And it literally takes however long that move takes. And I either go to iMovie and I crop it, and if I want to add music, I'll add music. But half the time I just go right to Instagram, because now you can trim it. And I just go there and I populate, maybe 8-10 seconds of the move. You got 15 seconds to roll with. And then boom, I put it out. I let them hear the workout. I used to have all this fancy music, and I had my name on it and all, branded it, blah, blah, blah. I realized, like, nobody's got time for that. I can't teach somebody to do that, because that just took extra time. So now it's just kind of point, click, there's my move, upload it to Instagram, right at around 6:30 in the morning. That's when most of my viewers are on it. Okay. So that's kind of my ninja trick there. And then, so my free video, or my free group that I'm doing right now, which is the Guns and Tums 5-day challenge. So arms and abs, basically. I used my iPhone. I spoke about what the challenge was about, what they're going to expect from it. And then I just demonstrated the moves, and I put music to it. And I did it all through iMovie. And I learned that through Shalene Johnson. All right. Super easy. iMovie is the easiest thing to use. And if you have an Android, I'm sorry, I don't know if iMovie's available on it or what the comparable thing is to it. So I'm an iPhone user, so I can only speak to the ones I use. Another one I use is A Beautiful Mess. Some fun fonts, great little things that you can do to kind of fancy up your picture. And the last one I'm going to tell you guys about is Photofy. That's got fun pictures. But I think, you guys, you can keep these things really simple. Okay, people want simple, because they don't want to think that it took you 20 minutes to post one picture. Okay. Pick, play, post. Thanks, Dawn. That's a great one for video cutting and editing. And you can add little sections of it too to, demonstrate multiple movements. But, if you've got just like 30 seconds to post something because you want to show somebody a workout, they want to see how easy it is, right? So as long as you're consistent with it, don't overcomplicate it. Just make it super simple. And if you've got a marketing background, then you might be, doing more harm on yourself, or overthinking it, have the tendency to overthink it than really is necessary. So anyways, you guys, those were kind of my little ninja tricks on social media, because I think social media is this huge thing that we can cover. And I don't want to spend too much time going off on tangents. I would rather make sure that I am listening to what your needs are. So if you guys have anything specific that you want to address, make sure let's pop it into the comments. I want to answer it for you. Or if you have some good shares, I would love to hear what you guys have to say as well. So I'm just going to mute everybody. I think it's pretty safe to be able to do that right now. So everybody's unmuted. If you've got anything wild going in your background, feel free to mute yourself. But I wanted anyone to pop on that wanted to say anything.
I'll talk.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Sure can.
Okay, so I'm going through 81 and 82 again with Jim Rumps. And I know they always get to that part in the training about they show like an old Shalene video and, you know, how many Beachbody related posts you're supposed to have in, you know, in your feed. And I've disregarded that. And pretty much everything I have is somehow, not everything, but I'm seeing about 7 of my posts probably for every 10 have some sort of fitness nutrition aspect that goes along with my life. Like it's not posting a link or whatnot. And I'm having so much more success with that now because as I'm refriending people, the first thing they're seeing when they come to my page to say, oh, Dawn, I haven't seen that name in 20 years. What is she doing? Before I'm even sending them that message, they're asking me about what I'm doing and they're asking me about a program. And so I just started increasing the amount of that. And so I'm seeing huge success with that, at least in conversation starting without me even having to bring it up. So I want to throw that out there for other people that are trying to like make sure they're not putting a lot of Beachbody stuff. As long as you're not throwing your link and saying Beachbody, you know, just like you mentioned, you know, and hashtagging 21 Day Fix and whatnot, people see that clearly that's what I'm doing. And so that's what they're going to ask me. So anyway, that was just my 2 cents.
That's a good one. I think that, you know, obviously if you're brand new, just speaking to the brand new coach, if you've never posted anything fitness related, you know, obviously you're not going to go and put 3, 4, 5 posts on your wall about fitness and nutrition. Cause then people will be like, what the heck is she talking? Like what, you know, it'll be pretty obvious, but don't make people guess what you do. Like give them something, because we go to other people's page to drum up conversation, right? To find out what's new in their world, what they got going on. Their daughter had a track meet and she came in second. Like that's so cool. You want to celebrate that with them. But you got to, don't let people just, you know, not be able to know what you're doing. You know, don't be so secretive. I guess that's what I'm trying to say is you don't have to be so secretive in what you do. Like we should be proud that we're Beachbody coaches. Don't feel like you should be shy or embarrassed by it, because I was there for many, many years, embarrassed to say I was a Beachbody coach. But you know what? When people say, hey, what do? I'm a Beachbody coach. I've been working with this company for 8 years and it rocks. I love it. I've lost weight with all 3 pregnancies. I mean, like be confident in why you love it and don't be nervous about it. Even if it's a hobby, right? Rock it, own it. You fell in love with programs for some certain reason, right? So you should be proud and confident about that. So great topic, Dawn. Thank you. Anybody else got anything they want to throw into the mix?
I'll say something.
Yeah.
Really. So I'm not very comfortable on Facebook, but I've been trying to do Instagram and, you know, I've been posting all stuff about fitness and nutrition and all that. But I do find that, you know, and basically the way people are finding me is through hashtags. But I find that a lot of people that are looking at my stuff or starting to follow me are the people who are already in the industry in some kind of way. And it's kind of frustrating. And then I'll sort of like, maybe I'll gain a follower, but then I'll lose them because they're obviously trying to get me to follow them. Like, so, you know, they're trying to get me in the same way I'm trying to get them. And I just feel like it's hard to find the people who aren't already so into fitness and nutrition.
Well, and that's where you kind of have to do little kind of branding, you know, like what are the people that you're trying to draw to, you know? And so you know, if you're hashtagging stuff that, and some of your hashtags are great, you know, the ones that I've seen are awesome. But you want to seek out those that aren't necessarily looking for, they're probably looking for healthy recipes, but you also have to think that next fitness coach, that person that's with Plexus or any other direct sales, fitness, nutrition related is probably searching that same hashtag.
Yes.
So, you know, seek out somebody that maybe doesn't even know how to use hashtags. So don't forget, like the person that is not as sophisticated as we are on Instagram probably is not using these hashtags in the way that we are, right? So it's kind of like a fun little game, maybe not so fun. But
well, it's kind of like I feel like I have to go almost looking for other people, like liking or commenting on their posts so that they'll come back and look at me.
Yeah.
Makes sense? Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And spending time on their page, go and like the first 4 or 5 pictures. That's what Chalene Johnson talks about in her Instagram Impact. Go and like 4 or 5 of their pictures, and if you find, like, if they're actually interesting, right? You're not going to go on to another rep's page and start liking all of their posts, but maybe someone just has pictures of kids that maybe their kids play hockey, or they're, whatever your little niche thing is that you go and seek out and go find, right? And don't forget, a lot of people maybe are just using, your ideal audience is probably just using Instagram for fun, right? They're just using it to enjoy being distracted, right? Looking for something happy, looking for entertainment. And so that's how you have to think of it, instead of trying to seek out those that already use it as a profession or with their profession. Because maybe the relationship building might be a little different in that regard. But that's not to say that there could be somebody that is looking to transition out of what they are, or just needs that extra validation that, what, getting into a business like this is definitely what I need to do. Like, look at how many people are doing it. I must be missing out. And you know what? I really connect with what Shelly's saying. Her, the way she talks and the way she presents herself, I really relate to that, more so than the other person that has 10,000 followers and probably won't give me the time of day.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That help?
Yes, for sure. Thank you.
Awesome. You are welcome. You guys should go check out her page, by the way. Is it Seeds or Seed?
Seeds of Success. I keep messing it up because I forget.
Seeds of Success.
Yeah.
She's got such pretty pictures. So I'm working on her to use these little apps, because they'll save her so much time.
So hard.
I know, it's so hard because they're so pretty. You do such a great job with your photos.
Thanks.
But everybody else feeling like they kind of have a good base of how to use simplest, I guess the overall goal I wanted you guys to get out of this call was, and I loved it when it was social media was kind of the topic. So thank you, Julie, for kicking that off. But just simplify things, you guys. Definitely want to understand how to use these platforms to your advantage, but don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink what you should put out there. If you're in the moment and you feel like, what, I took a picture of this, I took a picture of the avocado hummus that I got today from Costco, right? And it was just, I had it, I put it on my plate, and I had to take a picture of the thing so people could see what it looked like so they can go buy it, right? Because I wanted people to know, this is something that I've introduced into my life because it's easy, it's good, it's healthy, the ingredients are clean. So go out and go buy it. You can go get it at Costco. I got mine through Instacart. So I told a story about how this hummus made it into my house, right? So that's just, it was in the moment. Maybe it wasn't timed at the exact moment that somebody would be reading it that I want to turn around and click and message me. But it gets people talking, right? And they see that it's not necessarily a fitness post. It's not necessarily a picture of my food. Maybe they don't want to see that all the time. Maybe they want to see the items that I actually purchase, or, the fact that I don't like going to Costco, so I order Instacart, right? So just kind of think all the things that you do in your life and just be willing to share it a little bit, open up your world to the point where you don't feel like, somebody knows everything about your life. I maybe tell a little bit more about my life than most people care to, but that's just me. I've gotten to the point where I feel like I can be a little more open and I'm more comfortable with it because I protect the things that I don't want to be out on Facebook and Instagram, right? So, but just don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. Just, but I do suggest you review your post and make sure that it's not so long that people have lost interest after 1 and 2 sentences. And it's not super hashtaggy, you don't just even fun hashtags, people are entertained by. But just don't overthink it. Have fun with it, and it's just going to be a trial and error. The thing with social media, Instagram and Facebook, is they change constantly. So just when you get accustomed to it, Facebook changes it and they own Instagram, so that's going to change too. But as we know now, Instagram is a live feed, so you see exactly the moment that somebody posts it, and it's not ranked on popularity like Facebook is. So those are 2 really good avenues to post and share, because somebody on Facebook might not see your post till tomorrow, but if you post it on Instagram, somebody else might see it right away. And sorry, I'm just using those 2 as examples because those are my 2 jams right now. And my other thing to that regard is master something before you move on. Don't try and do Pinterest and YouTube and Facebook and Periscope and Snapchat, and don't try and do them all. Just master one or two, be good at it, saturate the heck out of that, own it. And then as you find that you've kind of needed to, ramp up your game a little bit, find a new avenue and then really master that. Cool? Mm-hmm. Anybody else have anything? Anything cool to share? Like, I had a rad day. Nobody had a rad day. I find that hard to believe.
I had a rad day.
Oh, good. Shari had a rad day. Yes, you did. New job.
New job.
And it went well?
It went well, and everyone asked a fun fact. I'm like, well, I'm a fitness coach. And everyone's like, that's so cool. I'm like, yeah.
There you go.
So just throwing that out there.
See? Fun. Everyone wants to know fun fact. There you go.
Yeah.
Good. Well, happy Monday.
I came in late.
Oh, hey, Melanie. No.
I had a rad day.
You had a rad day?
I did. I had a customer that I talked to a couple weeks ago finally got back to me, and she's coming back to Shakeology from Isogenics. So we got her switched to me, and yay! I'm really excited. And then I had a whole bunch of people post on my. Took a picture of my husband's Shakeology that came in the mail today, and I had a lot of interest come from that. So yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, good job. Well, she wised up, and you know what? You stayed present in her life, and those people come back around. You gotta let people explore, and then they'll come back and go, "Oh, I realized that really was giving me stomach aches,
Yep.
or migraines." Good. Well, thanks for sharing. All right, you guys. Well, it is half an hour. That was really what my goal was, to keep it short and sweet and just really get you guys some info and then get you on your way. So if there's nothing else, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to share this recording so it's available to anyone that couldn't make it. But I appreciate you all being on tonight and for sharing your little nuggets. Dawn, Shelly, Melanie, Julie, Shari. And if I missed anybody, I apologize. But thank you guys all for popping on and saying a thing or two. So I look forward to the next one. We do these once a month. So Shari, I know you asked the question. I team call once a month because I try and plug in other stuff, sneak peeks, power hours, and just enough content to keep you guys busy that a team call every week would be a little over the top. And then of course, there's so many other things you guys can plug into as you're ready. All right. So a lot of new coaches on the call, you guys. Let's cheer them on. It's going to be an awesome rest of the month as we surge into June. So with that, I will say good night.
Good night. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Good night.